Ah, there we go. Are we live now? Are we live? I was literally just speaking to myself for a good few minutes then. I waited for the countdown to finish, and then I just started speaking as if the live stream had already begun. And yeah, apparently I had to click go live, so that was fun. Ah, that's strange. It's saying that we have 0 people watching, but we already have people commenting. Ah, there we go, 3 people. How's it going, Dave? How's it going, Tobor? How is it going, Vaughan? Hope you're well. Oh, got your email earlier, by the way, Vaughan. And yeah, just to sum it up real quick, you know how you said about getting all the different programs and the software and whatever. I pretty much have everything, with that kit that I've got. So I'm sure that will keep me busy for the foreseeable future. Tobor, just watching the Goonies. Nice. I can't say I've ever seen that film myself, to be honest. Grant F, evening George, evening to you too. Dave is fine. That's good. I wonder how much of a delay there is between YouTube and this StreamYard. Go. So if you are in here right now, so we have 11 people in here. If you could just do me a real quick favor, you haven't got to donate. You just got to just give this stream a thumbs up, and it'll reach a wider audience, and we can get some more people in. So yeah, if you could just give me, just click the like button, that will really help. Sweet, sounds good. As long as you have then, and it's really, yeah. Yeah, no, so, yeah. If I get stuck though, Vaughan, I can always, obviously ask on there for help and whatever. Have you got Have you got experience, coding and whatever yourself? Then have you been doing that yourself? Grant F, typing this at 8:14. Oh, and it's 8:14 now, so it can't be too far behind then. Yeah, if you are watching this right now, if you just do me a quick favor, just give it a thumbs up, hit the like button. I can see 6 of you have done that now. Thank you very much. Helps the YouTube algorithm out. What's everyone been up to today then? Everyone had a good day? Carl Thompson, do my timing chain tomorrow. Good luck, mate. You're gonna need it. Yeah, it's a real it's a big task. Are you planning to get the whole thing done in one day? Um, because yeah, it's good luck getting that done in one day. I'm pretty sure it took me, obviously because I recorded it and whatever else, and I didn't have um, any kind of complete days where I could do the whole thing. It literally took me like, I don't know, 3 weekends. I literally about 3 weeks to do it. But saying that, filming does take, make things take about 10 times longer. Vaughan, a little Moreso diagnostics to be honest, using ISTA-D. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to start with ISTA, the diagnostic side of things, because you have less chance of screwing up, basically. Yeah, I really don't want to just jump in and, start destroying all my modules, because that can be very, very costly. Um, and yeah, sometimes you can't recover from it easily. Anyway, you need to get like brand new modules and everything, so not good. Eastern Underground Sounds, thumbs up from you. Thank you. Vaughan, for beginners, would suggest using Carly. For BMW, no brainer, but cost. Yeah, see, I've kind of heard mixed things about Carly. I've heard from some people that it can actually, there's a possibility that it can actually destroy some of your modules. How true that is, I don't know. But yeah, it is really expensive for what it is. I mean, I think it's like what, like £100 for a year or something. I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but I'm sure it's around about £100. And for the complete kit that I bought, which has everything on it, ISTA, IMPA, what's the other one? So I don't know. There's loads of different programs, isn't there? But yeah, for that complete kit, that was like £60 or whatever. So if you have the time and patience and you want to learn, then you're better off just buying the whole kit with the proper cables and everything. Andy Caldwell or Cadwell or Caldwell, drinking Guinness today, mate. Good stuff. I'm just on the black currant today. Polishing. Still don't know which swirl flaps I should order. 22mm or 33mm. You have the do you have the M57? I'm sure you have the M57, right? Grant F going to replace. Oh, that question's. Oh, I'm an idiot. I can show these questions live on the stream. That's why I decided to use StreamYard. This would be better. Look, watch this. Have a look at this. This is cool, right? Okay, so Grant F going to replace the headlight washer nozzle tomorrow. So bump off, etc. Yeah, that, to be honest, that's a really fun job that you wouldn't really want to be doing anything else on your Saturday, would you? Yeah, it's so annoying. It's like even to replace like headlight bulbs, unless you've got like the hands of a 8-year-old child, then the best thing to do is just to remove the bumper and take the headlight clusters out. But if you're going to do that, you may as well change all of your bulbs so you're at least good for another few years. Brett, hi Mucka. Hope you're good. Yes, I'm not too bad, thank you. How are you? I know my boss let me use the garage. Oh, okay. Fair enough. So you have a lift then? I'm guessing if you have a lift, then you can just drop the gearbox. I can't remember. I know you said you was going to do it, but I can't remember if you said you was going to drop the gearbox or lift the engine out. But if you have a lift, you may as well just drop the gearbox. Tobor questions. I have a BMW 5 strong BMW F10 LCI 520D M Sport with 17k miles. However, the car feels a bit underpowered. Any suggestions? Feels a bit underpowered because it's a 2-litre diesel. And I'm going to be the first person to say it. Obviously, I have a 520D myself. Now, I don't think it's slow. It's the most powerful car I've ever had. But depends what you've had before. But yeah, you say it feels a bit underpowered. Can you elaborate a bit more? Do you think there's any existing faults? Could the DPF be blocked up? Vaughan, replacing Cat's DPF exhaust tomorrow and hopefully flushing power steering fluid. Oh, was that was it the exhaust between the downpipe and the DPF? Was that the cause of your rattle? And hopefully flushing power steering fluid. Good stuff. Have you bought a new reservoir for the power steering fluid, or are you just using the same filter? The Macatiani will soon be replacing the oil filter housing gasket. First big job. Yeah, see, I mean, which engine do you have? Because a lot of people have been telling me for the N47, you need to replace the oil filter housing gasket, and I've never had a leak from there. I've owned two of these cars, both around similar mileage, 120, 130,000 miles, and I've never had a leak from the oil filter housing gasket. It would have been ideal to do that when I had the engine out, but like I said, I've never had a problem with that. So if I do in the future, then I'll address it then. But yes, it seems to be strange how a lot of people seem to be getting this issue. I wonder if it's anything to do with the extended service intervals with the filters getting stopped up. Brett Dyer, I used Bimmer code today with VGate iCar Pro, had FRM3E89. I have no idea what that means. I'm going to be completely honest. Yeah, like I said, I'm getting into the whole coding and diagnostic thing, side of things myself, and yeah, I'm not going to lie and say I'm an expert with it because I really don't have a clue. So I'll be learning along with you guys. Vaughan, for our E60s, you can use older version of Carla with a very cheap K-CAN USB cable. Oh, okay. Stephen, Carly's about 62 subs only. Oh, okay. Subscription only. Grant, I think you need to be careful with this, D, as there are reports that using it can screw up the FRM module. Not sure why or what the circumstances are which can cause this. Are you sure it's ISTA D, not ISTA P? Seems strange how just doing a diagnostic check would, screw up a module. Okay, so we have 19. Oh, we did have 19 people. Now apparently we've got 16. But everyone who is in here right now, if you could just do me a massive favor, just give this video, give this live stream a thumbs up, a like, would be greatly appreciated, and it will help the YouTube algorithm. So if you could do that for me, I would appreciate it. Cheers, Dave. You can get older version of Carly on the website, as I mentioned to you. Oh, okay. Cool. BMW F10 520D feeling underpowered, 17k miles. It's only done 17k miles. And like I said earlier, I don't know if he was actually the same person who said about his 520D feeling underpowered. I can't find it now, but anyway, yeah. When you say underpowered, have you noticed a loss in power then, or are you just kind of gauging it off what you've driven before? M4. Oh, you have the M47. Okay. Yeah, you do need to check that. To be honest, the M57 uses one size, and then the M47 uses one size. I can't remember which is which. One's 22, one's 33 mil. But if you just search for a kit for the M47, then you should be good to go. Why don't you just run the cat in IST? Why don't you just run the cat in? Is that supposed to be ISTA or something else? 17k miles. It's only a baby. Or maybe why don't you just run the car in? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that's supposed to say. Sorry. Cool. Car. Oh, car, not cat. Okay, so why don't you just run the car in? Isn't 17k miles? I don't know. Still don't know. Tobor, the car still under warranty with BMW as I've only had it for just over 2 years. Okay, yeah, so it was you that was saying about the 520D feeling underpowered. But yeah, like I said, have you noticed a significant drop in power, or are you just like kind of basing it off what you've driven before? And are you noticing a loss of power around a certain rev range, or maybe I'm getting bored. I need something with a bit more power, possibly. But I mean, to be honest, once you've if you've got it remapped, you're looking at 220, 230 brake horsepower. That's generally good enough for a daily driver. I really don't know why you'd need much more power than 220, 230 brake horsepower for a daily driver. If you want like a toy or something to drive on the weekend, then get yourself a petrol. If you want something with a bit more power, but for a daily driver, 520D suits me fine. You're spot on. I tried to reach around by the wheel arch and remove it, but I have the hands of a builder, even though I work in IT. Well, at least you've got soft hands, though. That's a plus. Um, but yeah, it's so annoying. I remember when one of the bulbs on um, my girlfriend's car went on the Corsa, and yeah, it was. We lasted about 3 weeks before we was like, okay, it's getting dark, it's starting to get dark now. We finally need to change it, and so got home from work, jacked the front of the car up, took the front bumper off, took the headlight clusters out, and just changed all the bulbs. Now, mate, I'm a heavy goods and coach mechanic, so don't really do cars. So we only have a 6 foot pit to get under the car. I'd rather take the engine out anyway, to be honest, mate. Yeah, fair enough. To be honest, if you do take the engine out, it is easier to do a whole load of other jobs. Um, a lot that need to be doing and need to be done anyway when you're doing the time and chain. It's obviously all your gaskets, reseat your injectors, um, so cut the injector seats, and then obviously fit all new seals and everything. And you can obviously give everything a good clean up as well. You can take your intake manifold off, clean your intake ports if you really want to do that. But yeah, when you have the engine out, you have access to everything. I don't know if you could let me know if you can see the little like dollar sign underneath the chat, because I'm not on YouTube. I'm on this StreamYard, which is like a third party streaming site. Can you see the little dollar sign where you can donate? If you can, if anyone would just literally like donate a penny, just so I can see how it comes up, because I think if you do, then I can show you on I can kind of show you on the screen. But yeah, if you could just let me know if you can actually see the donation button, that'd be good. Okay, I'm going to answer a few more questions. Damn, we have a whole load. I'm really far behind now. And then we will get on to something a little bit interesting. The car's under warranty. Still wouldn't map or do anything. Had problems with doing mods to cars and under warranty, just a headache. Yeah, to be honest, if it's under warranty, it's not worth bothering doing stuff about. Get an M5 as soon as possible. Yeah, I'd love to. Only an E60 M5 though. Diogo, cheers, George. Did you notice any smoothness in all gear when you did flush change the gearbox oil? Yes, I did, absolutely. Before I'd done the gearbox fluid change, it was a real pain to get it into first and to get it into reverse, especially when cold. And I don't know how many of you saw the video when I drained it, but when it came out, it was literally like black. And gearbox oil shouldn't really get contaminated. But yeah, it wasn't a nice color, and yeah, it's definitely a lot smoother now, shifting through the gears, going into first and reverse. So if you haven't flushed your gearbox oil, I would recommend doing it. It's the first time I've ever done it on any car, and I'm definitely going to do it now on every car that I own going forward, because yeah, made a massive difference. Hi there. Hello, Dan Electro. I need to try and get through these now quite quick, because I was going to fall even further behind. Cheers. The leakage came after first service as new owner N47. That was on your oil filter housing gasket, wasn't it? Patrick, how's it going, man? Hi, George. Have watched a lot of your videos. Have you ever thought of investing in a two-post lift? Yes, definitely. Got to wait until I get my own place though, and then I'm going to build the best workshop you can ever think of. I'm going to have the whole works there, and a whole area dedicated to just making videos and working on cars. And I have another business venture including cars that I will be basing out of there as well. But yeah, I'm just gonna go and get my own house, buy myself a house, get on the property ladder, and then we'll be able to get that done. FMR is the footwear module which controls lights, wipers, etc. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, definitely ISTA D, not the P programming. I mean, I haven't heard of that myself, but I will bear that in mind now. Going forward and using ISTA D. Is there any reason why? Is it for example, if your voltage drops too low? I know that's one of the main killers when it comes to your modules. Is that why it causes a problem when your voltage drops too low? What's the fastest speed you've driven with the E60? So fastest speed I've ever driven with the E60. I mean, in this country, 70 miles per hour, because that's the speed limit. But in Mexico, probably 130, something like that. And that wasn't even pushing it. It would have kept going, to be honest. That was just because there was another car in front of me. But yeah, I reckon I'd get 150 out of it, which isn't too bad, isn't too shoddy for a 2-litre diesel. Vaughan, don't know the exact name of the exhaust pipe part, to be honest, but I know it's the correct part. It was the part which was vibrating in the video. Sent a new exhaust mount and DPF fitting kit. Okay, yeah, I know exactly which part you mean. It's the pipe kind of looks like it's been squashed. I know what you mean. I know the exact part that you mean. When I broke my old E60 for parts, we had the whole exhaust in bits. Thanks, Patrick. Cheers for the thumbs up. Vaughan have purchased a replacement PS res, but I'm waiting for this to arrive on. Hopefully, going to flush out the DPF as well. No jaw sounds. Yeah, it's funny how many people didn't kind of get the joke on that video. Like I was like, oh, I'm going to clean my DPF, and then you just hear like drill sounds, and like a lot of people really didn't get that at all. Anytime I put my foot down, doesn't feel responsive. I mean, I'm guessing that's at low RPMs. Uh, with the EGR active, that does you are going to get more turbo lag and less responsiveness, because when the EGR is open, so between 1 and 2,000 revs, typically you're putting hot air into the intake, and so it is going to feel less responsive. That's one of the biggest things that I noticed when I removed the EGR, was the throttle responsiveness and the turbo spooling quicker. I will replace DPF with a downpipe. Do I need a reprogramming? And if so, up to how many horses? Max 230 horsepower. Is it reasonable? Cordially, and then it says, I have no idea what that is. I guess you put like an emoji or something. Yeah, so if you remove the DPF, you need to essentially get it switched off. You do this when you go for a remap, when you get your car tuned. Ask for your DPF to be switched off as well. And you should get between 220 and 230 horsepower. I'm just falling further and further behind. Right, I apologize if I can't read everyone's comments, but I'm going to try and fly through them real quick, because I want to get onto what I was going to be talking about in this live stream. We're literally half an hour into it already, and yeah, we haven't got started, but it's all good. Don't worry. I've got a couple of hours that I can do this for. So, and yeah, I enjoy talking to you guys. So it's all good. Karam saying your videos have been really helpful and thorough. Appreciate it, man. If I didn't have anyone to watch, then there would be no point in making them. So I appreciate you watching. Vaughan, does anyone in here know how to check the DPF loading in ISTA D? That's a question for all of you watching. If anybody can help Vaughan out, let us know. Yamaha 6 London, manual or auto? I'm guessing you mean the guy who's struggling with the 520D. Not technically minded when it comes to the engine. Manual N47 2007. Turbo hose may be ripped. Yes, that's a possibility. If you have a boost leak, you will notice a significant loss in power. But you wouldn't really expect a turbo hose to be ripped after only 2 years. Push your right foot down further. Yes, that always does work, but you also use more fuel. Love the 520D. Remap, enough power for me. Yes, exactly that. Has more than enough power for a daily driver. Everyone needs a M5 E60. You can get them as cheap as 12k. Best thing you will ever do in your life. Yeah, you may be able to buy them for around 12k, which it's a lot of car for the money. You basically buy the car for the engine. It's a 5 liter V10 engine at the end of the day. But you need to be able to maintain it, because the parts on that car are not cheap. There's quite a few common problems on them. And you know, if I was to compare like the crankcase breather hose on the M47, that costs £10 to replace, to like the Vanos hose on the E60 M5, which is like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's like £200 to replace. You know, there's a big difference. So you may be able to buy the car cheap, but to maintain that thing, good luck. My friend today, I tried to do the sport button on my E60 2009 530i, 200 kilowatts, and did not found the ECU after disassemble the AC fan and the stereo, and did not found the ECU wires to jumper 8 and 10 wires. I do apologize, but I can't help you on that one, I'm afraid. Yeah, I do apologize. I can't help you on that. Yeah, M5 taxes are berserk in Belgium. Yeah, yeah, you have to pay it's about £500, I think, for the road tax. Would you recommend a remap or module? I would say remap, which just overwrites your existing, well, the existing map on your ECU. But because yours is less than 2 years old, then I would look into something like a TDI tuning chip box, because you can remove it at any time. So if you need to go in for any warranty work, then you can just remove it quickly. Whereas if you have a remap and you need to go in for any warranty work, then they may void it if they notice anything anything fishy. Got two M5 E60s and F10. E60 kills the F10 in every aspect of the car. Yes, to be honest, I really don't think the F10 looks that great. It loses character. I think it kind of looks the same as all the other, you know, all the other. I can't even think what I'm trying to say. All the other newer BMWs, should we say? Yeah, they all just kind of look the same, and it's like too square as well. Like the shape of the E60s, you know, there's nothing beating that, and like the V10 as well. Yes, it's there. See, that's the thing. That's the thing when you answer questions and then like they're kind of broken up, you kind of miss where we was at. But yeah, I'll try and fly through these as quick as possible. E60, 61 best 5 Series ever made. Yes, I would agree on that. Have you heard Ford have stopped production on the Focus model, including the RS? No, I have not, to be honest. Maybe they'll bring something else out. I'm not a massive fan of Ford Focuses, to be honest. Hey mate, do you or anyone in the chat have any idea about the Combox telematics power pin in the 26-pin connector? I have a TCU only and replaced it with the Combox telematics. Do I put power to pin 2? See, these kinds of questions are very difficult to answer without any pictures, or you know, without physically having a look. But you know, obviously, if there is anyone that can help you out, then you know, just everyone fire away in the chat. But yeah, it's kind of hard to help out with these kinds of questions. Grant F, £5 on the super sticker. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, kind of wanted to see what this looked like, you know, with this whole StreamYard setup. But there we go. We have our first donation of the night. Thank you very much. I'm sure you can like leave this up somewhere. I'm sure I've seen it before. I don't know. I know we'll have a look in a little bit. But yeah, thank you very much, Grant. Much appreciated. If there is any way that I can help you out or provide you any value, just let me know. If you want to send me an email about any problems, just let me know, because yeah, I greatly appreciate all of the donations. As many of you know, I'm saving up for um, another car for the channel, another project car. So yeah, as I've been saying, all the money's literally just going to that at the moment. I don't take a penny out of my YouTube earnings. I don't take a penny out of the donations. I have a full-time job, so I don't need to. Literally, all the money goes back into the channel, and to help it grow, and to reinvest. But yeah, I'm hoping that the next car, because I have a good idea with regards to the next car that I want to buy, and I think it will be a good fit for my channel. It's definitely something different to what I already have, but I think it will be a good fit. I think it will reach the masses, reach a wider audience. But I think all of you guys who watch me at the moment, I think you will all enjoy it as well. Yamaha, we BMW owners, we don't notice cars like Fiestas. Yeah, I've had a Fiesta. It was good fun, when I was 18, 19. But yeah, um, my car now is definitely the best car I've owned. Got an E92 320D. How much does it cost to do a time and change? My transmission is jerky too, mainly in third. It's a heavy change, lol. So I'm guessing you have an auto. You didn't say, but yeah, I'm guessing you have an auto. If you haven't already, replace the fluid and the transmission pan that has the filter built into it. Should notice a good change once you've done that. But with you, to get the timing chain done at most independent garages, you're looking around £1,000, maybe £200 either side of that. But yeah, generally you're looking at about £1,000. If you want to take it to BMW and get it done, which I wouldn't recommend, then you're probably looking, I don't know, 3,000, something like that. But yeah, most places about 1,000. And BMW have announced the M2. What's the CS? Is that competition sport? I don't know. Great video, mate. Nice one. I just want to say, Alex, appreciate your donation yesterday. I know we were trying to fix our little issue at the moment, with your coolant showing like 134 degrees or whatever it is. But yeah, let's hope that with that temperature sensor, it kind of solves the little issue. We don't notice Ford's good one. Yeah, I don't necessarily hate Fords. Like I said, I've owned a Fiesta. I'm just not a massive fan of Focuses. I don't know. They're a bit kind of common and boring. Like I would love an old Ford, like a maybe like a Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3 Fiesta, or like a Sierra, or like an old Escort or something. I'd love one of them. But yeah, just new Fords are kind of a bit mundane, aren't they? Just sent some money over. Yes, you did. Noah, hello to you. Which is Ford. Hello again, Noah. Bet that workshop would be a right nice gaff, mate. Yes. Yeah, I do plan on making something special there. I'm changing my gearbox oil next week. 226 kilometers car, and after a little ride on a 120D with 100k kilometers, I noticed his gearbox was really smooth. Yeah, well, there's a good chance it might be because it's done, less than half of the mileage. Everyone just like slating Fiestas and Fords. What's your opinion on the elimination of the clutch delay valve? See, quite a lot of people have asked me on this, and I've never done it before. I've never really felt the need to. So yeah, I really can't say anything with that, to be honest. Fiesta electric scooter. I look forward to following you on the journey. Hope all works out. Keep up the great videos. Thank you, Patrick. Um, Multifunction steering wheel. Are they easy to put in a BMW that has standard steering wheel? Also, folding mirrors upgrade. Multifunction steering wheel. Like, so you mean with the like with the buttons, volume control, and all that? Yeah, it's easy to install. It literally just goes on exactly the same. There's like a 19 millimeter bolt holding the steering wheel to the steering column, and then you just need to like push a screwdriver in to pop the airbag out. Um, but it's if your car doesn't have the ability to work with the steering wheel controls, then they will need coding in, and that's where you get into the that's when things start to get a little bit tricky. And then exactly the same with the folding mirrors as well. They need coding in, and um, you need to have the correct wiring loom to be able to plug them in. Everyone's slating hot Fiestas. How's it going, Matthew? Hope you're well. I have a feeling I'm really far behind on this. I'm answering questions from 8:37 and it's literally 8:53. I'm literally about 20 minutes behind on these questions. Wow, I didn't realize. Okay, let's try and get. Uh, what's next? Citroen. Definitely not a Citroen. Woodworking Chef, love your vids, mate. Thank you very much. I think this is the first time you've commented, isn't it? I don't think I've noticed you around before. We'll need access to wiring diagrams. Yes, that's correct. Unfortunately, the sticker doesn't work in my region, or so the notification says. Are you talking about the when you say the sticker? Do you mean the was it super sticker? Is that what you mean? The Macatiani. Do you mean the super sticker? I'm all caught up now, by the way. You can, go ahead and fire a few more comments, but just go easy on me. One thing I would like to ask, though, I know how I have mentioned about buying a new car solely for the purpose of making videos. Which car, which make and model would you like to see on my channel? Which do you think would be a good fit, and which do you think would go well? Obviously, it's got to be something that's fairly popular. A lot of people own, and something that's going to be a little bit exciting, and that's going to make for an interesting set of videos. Damn, I love this chat, Shanna. The super sticker, yes. Okay, so Makatiani, if you do want to donate, and if you did, I would greatly appreciate it. Like I said, any donations, they just go straight back into the channel. Really saving up for that next car to buy for the channel. If you do want to donate, you can do so to my PayPal. And if you don't have PayPal, then I really don't know how I should do it. But I will just leave my PayPal address in the comments. There we are, georgeosterberry@gmail.com. That is my PayPal address. So if you do want to donate anything, just send it over there, and yeah, that's the easiest way that you can do it. And the good thing about that as well, YouTube won't take their cut, because obviously if you do it through YouTube, then they'll take their 30% or whatever it is. But yeah, I want to say a big thank you to everyone that has donated over the past couple of days. I've got a good handful of you guys, and yeah, it just goes to show how much support that I actually have with the channel, and it makes everything worthwhile, I guess, to know that people actually enjoy watching me and they want to kind of give back to the channel in a way. But I mean, the more views, the more exposure we get, the more donations we get, and all that good stuff. That means that we can do bigger and better things. That means we can explore a little bit. That means we can experiment with different things. But yeah, which car would you like to see on the channel? Go back in time, E46. Yeah, a few people have said that, and obviously they're relatively cheap as well to pick up. You can, granted, it may be a little bit crusty and rusty, but you can actually pick them up, pretty cheap now, to be honest. Like talking about less than £1,000. Do you know of a good way of removing the cloudiness from the aluminium striping on the doors? Funnily enough, I actually experimented a little bit with this the other day when I was installing my wing mirror back together. If you if you just use regular T-cut, that I found, I mean, obviously I don't have the chrome trims on my door. I have the gloss black, but I'm guessing it would work the same. If you just use some T-cut, I found that came up quite nice. I don't know. I really don't know what it is. I don't know if it's watermarks or what, but yeah, it's annoying. It's quite annoying, isn't it? But yeah, if you just try some T-cut, that can help them come up a lot nicer. YouTube should be paying you, mate. Yeah, I agree. They do pay me, kind of. I kind of get paid on on the amount of views that I get. So how YouTube works is, you upload a video, you can then say yes, you are allowed to place ads on the video. That's why sometimes, annoyingly, you may have to watch through an ad, or you may have the opportunity to skip an ad. But for every ad that gets viewed, I get a little tiny bit of money. It's really not much. We're talking pence. For the amount of hours that I put into YouTube, and for what I earn back, it's really not worth it, to be honest. If you're talking about doing it as a job, I'd be on literally like much less than minimum wage. It's really not worth it in that regards. But I really enjoy it. I enjoy helping you guys out. It's a good fun hobby. And yeah, as long as I can, continue doing it, I will do so. Uh, but yeah, they do pay me, just not nearly enough as it should be, in my opinion. And that goes to all creators as well. It's not saying that I deserve a lot of money. There's a lot of people out there that deserve to be paid well, but they just don't. E46. See, another shout for the E46, but this is the compact M Sport. Honda Civic. Mm, to be honest, I kind of one of my. I guess it's not in my top 5 dream cars anymore, but I did really want to have like an EP3 Type R. Like I think it'd be a good track. I think it'd be a good track car. You could strip it out. You got the VTEC. It's revving to 9k revs, and it just be a really good track project. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how everyone else would receive a Honda, especially as my channel is predominantly BMW viewers. But I don't know. Could work. No, it doesn't get near it. I think it's anodized aluminium, very difficult to clean. How to Dremel on it and all sorts. Oh, okay. So maybe it's Oh, are you talking about when it's like kind of when it bubbles up? Is that what you mean? You're not talking about the like the watermarks on it. Grant F, if you're interested in a 2011 LCI E93. Oh, so that's the convertible, isn't it? 2 litre diesel. Let me know. To be honest, Grant, I already have one N47. I've already done the time and chain on that. I don't fancy doing it again. Yeah, I kind of don't know where to start with that name, to be honest. It kind of looks Russian. Um, let's MKD. What does that mean? That is Macedonia. Macedonia, Macedonian dinar. Yes, you are from Macedonia. Hello to you. I don't know. I assume that you can talk some English, but yeah, I don't have a clue how to pronounce your name. But thank you very much for the donation. It is greatly appreciated. M47 versus N57. N big difference in maintenance apart from the time and chain at M47, maybe 320D, 325D, or 330D, E90. Oh, okay, so this is two questions. N47 versus N47. Uh, I mean, there's a whole load of differences. Kind of a benefit of the M series engines is that the time and chain is at the front. But like you said, you've already you said apart from the time and chain, there is a lot more problems that most people don't talk about on the M47 and M57. It's like the swirl flaps; they definitely need to be removed on them because they're held in by screws. Um, the crankcase breather system, that's a poor design that needs replacing. The filter needs replacing every other oil change. Um, the crankshaft pulley that likes to fail on a lot easier on the M47. There's a whole load of different problems. If it was me and I had the choice, I'd do exactly what I did do. I went with the N47. It's a lot more economical of an engine. It's a lot more powerful. And it is a good solid it's a good solid engine once you've done the time and chain, once you've corrected a few common problems. it should, go on to do high mileage. But yeah, if I was you and you have the money set aside to do a timing chain on it, then I would buy the N47. Nathan says, getting different cars is the answer, George. Yes, that is the answer. Don't worry, I don't plan on buying another 520D. I plan on changing things up. Do you have any suggestions, though, as to what I should buy, Nathan? And don't say E60 M5. Because I'll watch your video on how much you spent on it so far. Dynamic drive malfunction problems in my F10 530D. Help. If anybody knows how to help Junaid, yeah, then fire away. Dazzler's channel, love my E91 Tourer 330D, best car ever. What year is it, Dazzlers? Or Dazzler? Or Daz? I'm guessing you either have the M57 or the N57. Tobor, do you receive any commission for thumbs up on your videos? No, you don't. You don't get. You don't receive anything for, comments, likes, subscribe. You don't receive any money for that. It just helps with the YouTube algorithm. So if a video gets more likes, especially like within the first hour or so, your video will get recommended to more people. So it's very important that when I upload a video, like straight away, it's very important to get lots of comments and lots of likes if I want the video to do well. If it don't do well straight away, it's pretty much not gonna do very well, unless like something freak happens, where it, somebody shares it or whatever. But yeah, to be honest, you need to get everything in the first hour or so. So if you do want to help out, and you want to continue watching me, then I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6:30 p.m. UK time. If you want to go over to my channel at those times and watch the video, click like and comment, then you will be helping me out a lot. Asghar Mohammed, E36. It's not a bad shout. You can pick them up pretty cheap as well. Matthew Clark, Audi RS4. That would be something special. Also love my Mrs. 2010 118D Coupe. I love BMW or Audi. Yeah, watermark / cloudiness. That's strange. Like I said, if it is the same problem that I had on my gloss black trims, I literally used T-cut and it came up quite nice. Tobor, any future plans for the channel apart from what you discussed earlier? I mean, we kind of got to wait for the whole situation at the moment to sort itself out, because I do have plans, but whether or not they can happen, especially happen this year, I don't know. I've mentioned before how I want to go to Germany. I want to go on the Nürburgring. That in itself would make for like a really good series, because it could be like Nürburgring prep. I could do like all the checks. I could do little upgrades and things like that. But yeah, to be honest, I don't want to go too much into what's happening in the future. Apart from that, should be buying a new car for the channel, and that I'm obviously still going to be maintaining the E60. Macedonia, yes. You helped me sort the Mrs. Crank pulley issue. Cheers, brother. No problem. Appreciate you watching, Dazza, or Dazzler, or Daz. Nathan, buy something that is sold all over the world, is my opinion. Yes, I agree with you on that. It's got to be something that's common. I want to tap into the American and the Australian market, definitely, because we know about them CPMs that that they're getting in the US and in Australia and all that, and all them places. So yeah, I do need to get something that's common in all over the world. Oh, by the way, who in here actually watches Nathan's YouTube channel, Nathan's BMW Workshop? He's like, one of the biggest BMW channels there is, and he's based in the US. But yeah, who in here watches Nathan? If you don't already, check his channel out. He does a lot of BMW work. He's actually working on a E60 M5 at the moment, so that makes for some interesting videos. (2006) M57 strong on 157k. Yeah, that'll keep on going to 300k miles easy. Junaid, thanks. No problem. You're welcome. Worth you doing a vid on how to fix the dreaded ABS issue due to oval ABS rings. Just in the wife's car with too thin washers. To be honest, I think the ABS reluctor rings, I think that's more of a E90 issue. I don't really know of many people that have had the same issue on the E60. I know it's very common on E90s, but I don't think it is much of a problem on the E60. Only ABS issue that I've had on mine was when I stupidly cut through one of my ABS sensors, and I kind of taped it back up, and I was like, please don't throw an ABS light. Turn the ignition on. I was like, yes, I've got away with it. Started the car up, ABS light. I did like a whole video on it, but yeah, that I haven't had any ABS issues, to be honest. CM, how's it going? Got a 123D with time and chain stretch. Only had it running for about 30 seconds total after this happened. You think that it could be not damaged inside and just a time and chain fix? Yeah, if you change the stretched, then it shouldn't cause any issues. To be honest, even when the timing chains snap, they don't cause a whole lot of issues. It's very rare for the valves to make contact with the pistons. It's generally just the rocker arms that snap. That's kind of what they're designed to do. They're just kind of designed to snap to prevent the valves and the pistons making contact. Obviously, if your valves and pistons do make contact, you may as well just buy a new engine. But yeah, if you change the stretch, it shouldn't cause any issues, to be honest. But obviously, whoever's doing it, they need to inspect all of the rocker arms to make sure there isn't any damage anyway. So you would kind of see it straight away. Okay, so we've been at this live stream over an hour now. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go on for, but everyone seems like they're having a good time still. Oh, I'm just gonna have a halftime stretch. Oh. Just Just going to make sure I haven't received any urgent emails. Don't mind me. We're all good. I'm just going to interrupt this announcement and remind you guys, if of course you do want to help out the channel in some way, shape, or form, there is a little $$ button underneath the chat. If you click that, you can donate via super chat or super sticker, and I get like a little portion of that. Any money that is donated to me, whether it be via that or via my PayPal, any money that comes to me just gets reinvested back into the channel. I don't take a single penny out from my YouTube channel. I mentioned before how I'm saving up for another car for the channel. That won't even really be for me to drive. That will literally just be to make videos for you guys. But yeah, if of course you do want to show your support and you do want to give something back, then a donation of some kind will be greatly appreciated. With that being said, though, I don't want anyone to go short. I know we are in a tough situation in the world at this current present time. There's a lot of people that have lost their jobs and whatever else. So if if you can't donate, and I really do understand, like I said, with you guys watching and liking and commenting and all that, that is really all greatly appreciated as is. But the option is just there if you do want to go that step further and donate. But yeah, let's get on with the questions again. Okay, what's all opinions on clutch auto start stop and for the car Vauxhall Monaro, big engine, 3 litre plus? Think saw it on Top Gear, beast of a thing. Never even heard of that car. I've heard of a Vivaro, which is the van, but never heard of the Monaro, to be honest, Alex. But yeah, with my opinion on the auto start stop is, I really think it's a bad thing. It puts excess wear on your starter motor. It puts excess wear on your engine components, and it's just another one of those things that that they've added in to try and lower emissions. But whether or not it makes that much difference, we really don't know. It's really not a good thing, though, in my opinion. If I had a car which had it on, I would just turn it off straight away. You're not really going to save that much fuel by having it on. Saj, only recently subscribed to your channel. I love the way you take time to explain things properly and not rush. Keep them coming, top man. Thank you, Saj. Appreciate that. Yeah, I really don't get why. I kind of made a video kind of ranting about it a couple of weeks back. I think it's like my problem with other YouTubers or whatever. I don't kind of get people who have built this subscriber base or whatever. They have a lot of people watching them, and they may have started YouTube with the intention to help people, but then they kind of veer off and just kind of get a bit lazy, and they don't really take the time to actually help people. They'll just kind of show people them doing the process rather than actually explaining the process, which is where people are really going to gain value out of the video. If a video, to me, if it takes an extra 4 hours, but people are going to find it a lot more helpful, then I'd rather do that. Like I've mentioned, a lot of my videos do take a long time to film. Like for example, the timing chain series, that literally took like weeks and weeks and weeks just to replace the chains on it. When I had the actual engine out, I'm pretty sure that took like 3 weekends just from all the filming and explaining and whatever else. Um, but yeah, it's, it's definitely worth spending the extra time. You guys appreciate it anyway, so it's definitely worth me spending the extra time to explain things properly, because if I didn't, then you guys wouldn't learn, would you? So yeah. Also, the daughter is sitting with me, loving the chat, mate. Would love a shout out for Lexi. Shout out to you, Lexi. Thank you for watching. Your dad, Alex, is a good man. Yes, mate. Don't leave. Don't leave. Get a few cans. We'll have a good old go with Nata and talk Bimmer. Yeah, that'd be a good shout. Chris Morrison, what was your very first car, mate? I had a Vauxhall Corsa, or Opel Corsa, if you're one of our European friends. And yeah, it was like a 1 litre, 59 horsepower. It was an absolute beast. 3-cylinder, 12 valve. Yeah, that thing could shift. No, to be honest, the only reason I got that was because it was either out of that and a 1 litre Volkswagen Polo. No, not Polo, a Lupo. They're both 1 litre, and they were the two cheapest cars to insure when I was 17. And I ended up paying something like, I think it was around £3,200 for the year on a 1 litre 59 horsepower car. Like, that's just ridiculous, isn't it, when you think about it? What's the worst car you've ever driven? See, does this count with, you know, does this include cars that have driven for literally like a minute, or is this cars that I've spent some time with? Because obviously I've been to a fair few countries and I've had a fair few rental cars, and I've owned a few cars as well. So yeah, let me know. Do you mean cars that I've owned? Do you mean cars that I've spent a week with, or do you mean cars I've literally stepped in and drove? Because fun little story actually. A few months back, I actually worked at a car auction place, and essentially my job was literally just to get in a car, drive it like a mile down the road to this other like yard, and then get in my mate's car and then drive back, grab another car and take it. And that was literally my job. I'd done that for a few weeks, and yeah, I drove some fun cars when I was doing that. I drove a new Golf GTI. I was quick. That was probably the fastest car I've driven. Yeah, that was fun. That kind of, just driving that in that little couple few minutes, that kind of changed the way I felt about Volkswagens. Is it rare to have the original valet key and BMW torch in the dash on my old 2006 motor? You've got the E90, haven't you? Um, Maybe, I don't know. I guess so. Mine has the valet key. Well, it has like the outer shell, but it doesn't have the actual key for it. I don't know why someone would take that out and then lose it. But yeah, mine had that in, but it didn't have a torch. I don't think the torch is standard in the E60. I think it's an E90 thing. Other than BMW, what is your favorite brand of car? Uh, it's hard to say because there's not. I mean, like my top three realistic cars that I'd like to own is a Land Rover Defender. That's not to say I love Land Rover or Range Rover or anything, but yeah, I'd love to own a Land Rover Defender just because they can go anywhere. Um, I'd love to own a Mini Cooper S as well, just because it's like a real fun little go kart. Be great on track. It's a good nippy little car, which I guess is kind of BMW anyway. But yeah, to be honest, it's kind of hard because once you once you fall in love with a car brand, it's kind of hard to then start looking at other car brands as well. I mean, I'm sure there's a whole load of other nice cars out there, but I really don't spend my time looking at them. So I don't know. Like I'm sure Ferraris are nice, but yeah, I really don't see myself driving one anytime soon. Still going.
You want a drink?
I'm good. Johnny H18 just wanted to say thanks for all the videos. I'm a marine engineer by trade, so you've been a bit of help for my N471 series. Cheers. Yeah, of course. No worries, Johnny. When you say marine engineer, do you mean you're in the Marines? I'm guessing. They saw that. Cars you've owned, thanks. I've owned, like I said, I've owned. My first car was a 1 litre Vauxhall Corsa. Then I had the Fiesta, which is on my channel. Then I had um, my old E60, which is on my channel, the E65 20D. And then I had another Corsa, which was the diesel. Now I've got the car that I've got now. So what's that? 5 cars? Mate, I could see you rocking that Mini S. Could also see you in a nice VXR8 5.7 litre Monaro. Yeah, the VXR8, aren't they? They do a whole. They're Holden, aren't they? It's kind of like Vauxhall Holden. Boats. Boats? Oh, yeah. So yeah, when you said you're a marine engineer, yeah, I guess yeah, marine life. Yeah, you do boats. Okay, that's cool. Um, but yeah, no worries. In any way that I can help you, just let me know. I'm glad I can be of some assistance. Table, can you give a shout out to my daughter Eva? Thanks. Hello, Eva. Shout out to you. I'm sure your dad's watching and is having a great time, and I hope you are too. But yeah, shout out to you, Eva. And before, like, you know, everyone just asked me if I can give the daughter a short shout out. Saeed, I love your channel, dude. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, watching and supporting. Yeah, I'm just going to have a quick little tally up of who we've got in here at the moment. It says we only have 11 people. So if you could just comment hi or hello, and we can see who we've got left in here. So if you're currently watching this, just say hi or hello. Just want to have a quick little tot up. See who we got. And I think the I think we must be a little bit behind with the chat. Chris Sharman, hi George, been watching your vids. I've got a 2005 E60 530D, 120,000 miles, keep serviced myself. Nice one. Yeah, um, that's the M57. So, you know, if you keep servicing it, keep on top of things, you know, sort out the common problems, that engine will literally go for like 300,000 miles. It's like one of BMW's most reliable engines ever once you've removed the swirl flaps. So we have John, hello to you. Matthew, we have Tabor, we have Chris Marison. Who asks, I own a BMW E60 5 Series 3 litre. I really want to restore the headlights rather than buy new ones. Do you like sanding? Do you like the sanding and then clear coat technique? If not, what would you recommend? To be honest, I can't say I've ever went through the effort of restoring headlights. I know a lot of people do that. It is potentially a good idea, you know, especially with the clear coating them. You're going to be protecting them, but it's just whether or not you want to have the time and patience to do that. I mean, you could just clean them up with some, try something like toothpaste. I hear that works quite well. But obviously, it depends how badly hazed up your current ones are like. We're all here, the die-hard fans. The Macatiani, wash hands. Yes, everyone remember to wash your hands. Saeed, do you think the old BMW 1 Series Coupe is a good first car to buy? To be honest, it totally depends on your circumstances. I mean, there's a whole load of engines in that car. You have to bear in mind it's a 1 Series. It's quite small inside, so if you're going to be taking more than yourself and a passenger around on a regular basis, it's probably not going to be the best cars, because I've driven a 1 Series a couple of times from when I took my car for a recall at BMW, and they don't have the biggest space in the rear, so you either don't take passengers or you just cut the legs off. Sorry, mate, I had too many beers. Love you, vids. Great help with do it yourself. Keep it, look of it. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. And no, don't say sorry. You're just enjoying yourself. It's Friday night. Let's not forget. So, you can. I'm sure you've worked hard, or not. Maybe you're, just been stuck at home, but yeah, you deserve it anyway. Okay, so here's another question for you guys then. So I know how I keep kind of rambling on about donating and all that. And it is partly because of YouTube earnings going down in the last couple of months because of the whole situation. As you know, pretty much any industry um, has suffered. YouTube has as well, and so YouTube earnings has gone down, and that means that essentially have less money to put into parts, less money to put into videos, and less money to put towards the next channel car. Um, but do you guys have any suggestions as to how I could create another revenue source? Is is there a way that I can provide more value to you guys, which would warrant making a contribution? Is there anything more that I can do for you guys, obviously apart from making the videos, where you would feel like you wanted to make a donation of some kind, or maybe a subscription or some of some sort? Because I am being transparent. I am being honest. I I do have big plans for this channel, and one of the things that's holding me back with kind of affecting the time factor is money, of course. And like I said, everything that this channel creates gets reinvested back into the channel. But yeah, I think once I get this next car, I think that will allow me to do bigger and better things, and will open up a lot more people to the channel. But is there any way that you guys can think of which I could provide some more value or help you out in any way? I just I'd be interested to know what you guys think. Tabor, who is your favorite Top Gear presenter of all time? That's a bit of a silly question, isn't it? I mean, who who in the right mind would pick anyone else other than Jeremy Clarkson? So yeah, if you are only just joining, I basically just went through the last few minutes asking a very long-winded question, but the question was basically to you guys: um, is there any way that I can provide more value to you guys, which would kind of warrant you giving something back to the channel, with regards to a donation or a subscription of some kind? Um, because yeah, I want to step things up a notch this year. I mentioned I want to get the next car for the channel. I've got to buy a whole load of parts and things. But is there anything more that I can do to to kind of improve the situation, and would make more people feel inclined to donate or whatever? Do you think the car market will be affected by COVID-19 once the government has lifted the lockdown? I think I got this question like a couple of weeks back, and sorry, I'm quite tired now. Yeah, I got this question a couple of weeks back, and I don't think massively. I think uh, I think like dealerships and that, I think they'll want to get rid of old stock, so they may be offering like a bit of discount. But in terms of the sale of new cars, I don't think it will be affected that much. It will be, of course, somewhat, because if people have lost their jobs, or maybe they are struggling for money, they're not going to go out there and buy a brand new car. But I think everything will be back to normal, within the next year or so. Alex says, "You literally saved me some big bucks, mate. That drifter dude had me convinced I needed a rebuild with a head gasket. He was 99.9% sure. Just as I got in touch with you, you're worth it. You're worth it, mate. I'd subscribe." I appreciate that, Alex. We still don't know what your issue is yet. It could be the head gasket, but we're pretty certain that it isn't. It should be something a lot simpler than that. But yeah, that's a prime example why it's always best to get second opinions. Even if you are pretty certain that what I'm gonna actually hide this from face. Even if you're pretty certain that what the problem is, or what the solution is, it's always best to get a second opinion, because there's often things that are missed, and it's always best to speak to someone with a clear head, and someone who isn't worried, and try and think of things, try and go through the processes of thinking about things rationally. But yeah, let's hope we can fix your issue first. Chris Morrison, merchandise might be, mate, such as t-shirts, caps, keyings. Obviously, you need to research the cheapest way to producing them to ensure you make a profit. Yeah, see, a lot of people obviously do this. They make merchandise and t-shirts, mugs, key rings, all the rest of it. But I really don't see my in. Like, surely I can't just make a t-shirt with George Osters on it. Do you know what I mean? I think that'd be a bit crap, wouldn't it? Let's be honest. But I get what you're saying. It is, a lot of people do it, and it's very lucrative. Um, now I don't need to do something that's going to make me a millionaire. I just need to do something that's going to allow me to um, earn a little bit more. I like this. My channel doesn't need to earn me any money. Like I mentioned, I have a full time job. It's not paying the best, but it does the job. It pays the bills, allows me to save for a house and whatever. But my channel is just to kind of maintain itself. So, like I said, anything that I earn goes back into running the channel. And if I earn extra 1 month, then that money can be saved to, buy a bigger and better camera. Like, I want to upgrade my camera this year. I want to upgrade my microphone. I want to get some wireless mics. I mentioned I want to get another car. I want to, buy better equipment. And, there's a whole lot of different expenses when it comes to YouTube. But yeah, I don't need to make a whole load of money. I just need to be able to maintain and pay for the things that are going to help improve the quality of my channel. Have you looked into doing car reviews, co-part rebuilds, etc.? See, I would like to get into doing car reviews, but I kind of feel it's unless you really know about a car and it's kind of like what you do for a job, reviewing cars, I really feel that it's hard to add value, because what you often find is when people do like a car review, they either say like, "Oh my god, this car's like really fast. Oh my god," like, and then just sort of go a bit over the top, or they just say, "I don't like it. It's I'm not a fan of it," or whatever. Which I don't know. I don't really know. I guess kind of what I'm trying to say is I don't really know how I could add any value to from doing car reviews. But doing like co-part rebuilds and that is something that would excite me. But I don't really know the whole logistics behind it. You know, I know you have to create an account, you have to sign up, you have to pay a yearly fee and whatever, and then you have to pay the pay for it to get delivered to you. Then you have to pay a load of fees. I don't really know if it's actually worth it after you paid them fees. I'm guessing it is because you know people wouldn't do it otherwise. But yeah, I would be interested in doing that, in doing co-part rebuilds. But like I said, you know, I need to earn the money first. I'd pay to subscribe to your channel because you're worth every penny with your knowledge. Save me again on parts, pointing me in the right direction. That's top. Can't beat that service. No problem, Alex. Like I said, you know, you've been supporting me, so I'll do whatever I can to help you out in return. That's great service. Can't put a price on that. So come, my fellow chaps. Let's get get behind George and contribute worth every penny and more. I appreciate that, Alex. I really do. Chris Charman, I totally understand your knowledge and time isn't free. Maybe people could pay a fee to get some info for doing the work themselves with your help. Yeah, I kind of touched on this a little bit. Kind of touched on this a little bit. You know, in the past. I don't know if it's in a past video or a past live stream. Um, but um, yeah, I was kind of considering maybe starting up a fee for doing so long on a Skype call, or you know, so long, you know, like a kind of like a little messenger back and forth for a certain amount of time. So you pay me X amount of money, then I'll just sit there replying to you for 20 minutes or an hour or whatever. And that would kind of be like a flat rate. But I don't know. I don't know if people would be into that. One thing I do know is though that I don't know how many people are aware. I literally get so many questions on a daily basis, ranging from "Can you do my timing chain? Can you do my timing chain?" to "Hey man, I have this wire loose underneath my seat, and it's located in like it's just really um like kind of long-winded, and it's kind of hard to diagnose if I'm not there, and if I don't have a video or if I don't have photos and whatever. And yeah, I literally there's not enough hours in the day um to respond back to them all. So that is kind of why I am kind of um preferring if people would contribute in a way, you know, as a donation or whatever. And then I can spend a little bit of time to help you out, because if I literally just sat and responded back to all the comments trying to help people, I would just be sat here for 24 hours a day going, and you know what I mean. I work full time. I do YouTube. This is kind of like a full time job, you could say, even though it's not proper work, but yeah, it still requires, you know, about 40 hours a week or whatever. And then I have like other commitments as well, which I won't go into. But yeah, it's hard. It definitely is hard. I don't like ignoring people as such, but I feel there are a lot of people out there who just try to take advantage of me. You know, so there'll be a lot of people that literally don't even watch my videos. They just see that I've made BMW videos, and they think, you know what, I'm going to try and message him, try and get some free information out of him, because I don't feel like going to my mechanic. I don't feel like going to my garage. So I'm just going to, you know, try a little punt out and see if he can help me. And if he can, then maybe I'll get my car fixed for free. And then, you know, they'll take your help and then they'll just run away, and, you know, you won't see them again. So, yeah, I really just need to clamp down on that, because, like I said, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough hours in the day to respond to people as it is. And yeah, I need to use my time as effectively as possible. I'll read that one. I'm gonna try. I mean, this kind of looks kind of Russian again. I apologize if it's not, but it looks like it says Bryeknab. See, I know I've absolutely butchered that, but it looks like it says Bryeknab. Cry six Hecko. I do apologize. Hello to you anyway. Albro, I'm the thorn in your side from the Facebook. BMW agree about the title and thumbnail. Thank you. I appreciate you. You know, a lot of people can get kind of sore about people, you know, talking crap and whatever. But you know, it's all good fun. I'm all for a good laugh. I really don't um, get offended by anything that anyone says. To be honest, I generally have a laugh, and you know, if it's something that I don't agree with, then I just don't really respond. But yeah, it's all good fun. Don't worry about it. Just popping by to say good vid. Wasn't trolling the fever. It was genuine. Okay, I appreciate that, man. Chris Marison, you have a lot of great car knowledge and in particular BMW. If you offered bank transfer for one-on-one private Skype sessions, loads of us would pay for that. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is something that I have considered. I mean, anybody else? Would anybody else be interested in this? Yeah, I could definitely do this. I'd have to um, kind of allow for different time slots and whatever to fit around everything else. But yeah, I could probably do this. Probably do something like that. Oh, bro, why not stream on Twitch? Use Streamlabs Labs as it has donation slash subscription mechanics built in and is easy to use. Stream when you're doing work on your car slash Q and A's, etc. Yeah, that wouldn't that wouldn't be a bad idea, to be honest. I just think that it would potentially make already long jobs even longer, though. I think, because some of the jobs that I do on my car, like, they should only be, 2, 3 hour jobs. But then when I record, it can literally take like 7 hours. And I think if I was to live stream it as well and try and answer questions at the same time, it would make it take a lot longer. And that's why. And not only that as well, I don't know if I could be able to concentrate on all different things at once. So that's kind of why I like to just do a live stream when I'm, just sat down and talking to you guys. I haven't got to worry about anything else. I can just concentrate on just talking to you guys. And yeah, I feel like it works well. I would recommend exploring different platforms that can link to your channel. I mean, I have Instagram and Facebook. I have a Facebook page. It's just facebook.com/George Osters page. My page is literally just called George Osters. And then my Instagram is the same. It's just George Osters. It's the same as my YouTube. So yeah, I mean, if you want to follow me on there, you can do. What time are we on? It's nearly 10 o'clock. I think I'm going to wrap this up at 10. No, that means you will have been going for nearly 2 hours. I am getting pretty tired. I want to thank all of you that have joined in tonight, and we've had a good chat. It's always good to speak to you guys and get to know you all a little bit better. Get to know your cars. Get to know what your thoughts are on my videos and whatever else. But yeah, that's one of the good things about doing live stream. It kind of feels more real. I guess when you are, like just sat talking to a camera, if you don't physically look through the lens and see that you're talking to people, it can get a bit sort of, well, I'm just, sat in a room on my own talking to a camera. It's a bit strange. But when you do the live stream, I can see that you guys are physically watching and responding to everything. It's yeah, it's good. Danny M, hi, thanks for your videos. Helped me so much with my E60. No problem, Danny. The pleasure is mine. That messenger idea is great. Maybe 30 minutes at a flat rate to answer some easy questions and a premium rate for more technical stuff where you're diving right in doing research or with more time. Yeah. Yeah, that would be manageable, I think. It's just kind of doing the whole logistics side of it, setting up a website where people can select that as an option and then booking people in at certain times. Obviously, I could just do it a case of every time somebody messages me with a question that I say, look, these are the options. You can do a Skype call or you can do a messenger and whatever, and you have to pay this much. But that would be really inefficient, like to keep typing that out or keep copying and pasting that out, and then saying that to every single person. I think that would take a long time. But yeah, I've got to do something. I've got to think of something. More collaborations with other YouTubers. Yes, I want to collab with quite a few new people this year, but it's just the situation at the moment. It's kind of affected everyone's plans, so that's kind of got to be put on hold at the moment. It's too big world, mate. It's too big a world, mate. On YouTube, it takes all your time. You know which road to go down, mate. I couldn't do it. Be safe. Yeah, that's the thing. It does take a lot of time. Like a lot of people think that with doing YouTube that it's just you know me working on my car 3 times a week or whatever. You have to think, obviously there is the physically doing stuff, working on my car or doing a little sit down video, so I have to record it, um and I have to edit it, and then I have to upload it, then I have to take a photo for the thumbnail, and I have to edit and upload that. And when it's uploaded, I have to do like the description, I have to do the title, I have to do the tags, and I have, when it's uploaded, like when it's released, I have to share it and everything. um and then, like, even aside from all that, there is the preparing for the video. So there is writing up a list of things to do, writing up a list of things to talk about, doing my research, talking to different companies back and forth, emails, getting parts. Yeah, it really does take a whole lot of time. And then you've got the other side of it when the video is released, responding to comments, responding to emails, and yeah, it really does take a lot of time. But I'm kind of sounding like I'm ranting a little bit, which I'm not. I'm sorry if I'm coming across that way. This is something that I truly do enjoy. So yeah, don't get that twisted. But yeah, it definitely does take a lot of time. There's a lot of overlooked steps that go into doing YouTube. Consuming your private time also. Genuine peps will pay for gold. Make sure and have a few beers tonight, mate. Top sure champ. I appreciate that, Alex, as always. Matthew Clark, thanks for your time. Get some rest, buddy. Thank you. I think I will sleep well tonight, to be honest. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. That's the one. Thanks for keeping the content up during the lockdown. Great stuff. Stay safe and healthy, and look after you and yours, George. Thank you, and to you, Chris. Valentin, hi George. Hello everyone. Thank you again for all your videos, George. I said before they helped me out a lot in sorting out my car. Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. If there's any way that I can help you, just let me know. I'll try my best. But yeah, I'm glad that the videos have helped in some way. But yeah, I think we've gone past 10 o'clock now. I'm gonna wrap this one up. If, of course, we'll say it again. If, of course, you do want to donate anything to the PayPal, to the next project car fund, then I will leave my PayPal address in the comments. I'll leave that in now. Yes, that's gone in, georgeosterberry@gmail.com. If you do want to go ahead and donate anything to the channel, however big or small, whether it's 1p, whether it's £1,000,000, you can go ahead and do that. That is always an option, because I don't think you can do super chats or super stickers once this live stream has ended. Yeah, I just appreciate all you guys for watching. So yeah, I hope all of you are well. I hope you're staying safe. And then we have like 3 more comments going up. Right, I need to get to sleep pretty soon, but I'm going to go ahead and read this real quick. Valentin, tomorrow we'll remove the engine again in order to change the reluctor wheel. It is right between the flywheel and the engine. I hope this time my car will work. Good luck. Lino or Lino, I guess it's Lino. Hi George, keep it going. Thanks man, I appreciate it. Aman Singh, hey George, been watching you for a long time now, and I think I speak for everyone when I say we really appreciate all of your content. Stay safe and keep it coming. Thank you, I appreciate that. But yeah, like I said, I am going to be going now. Been going for 2 hours. I want to thank all of you for sticking around. Thank you to everyone that has contributed tonight, with questions and with donations. It is all greatly appreciated. And yeah, on to the next video. I'll see you guys in a video on Monday at 6:30 p.m. I've got a few little jobs that I need to get done tomorrow. Probably be servicing the car, so I'll make for a good little video. A few of the little things as well, and want to probably get started on the software installation and all that good stuff as well. So yeah, look forward to that next week. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one. Peace.